Hi, my name is Alan from Alan Property. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my previous video, Jalan Tembusu GLS tender, land cost coming down equal to property price coming down too? I mentioned that Lian Group offer 828.8 million or 1069 PSF PPR for the Jalan Tembusu government land sale tender. This is 0.1% or 800,000 higher than the 828 million submitted by a joint venture between CDL and Resale Property. This is 22% lower than the 1302 PSF PPR paid by CDL and MCL Land for the Tembusu Grand site. This is also 26% lower than the 1350 PSF PPR paid by SingHaiYi Group for the Dunman Road site, which is now known as Grand Dunman. Here, I believe many will be curious, what is the implication to the market? Without further ado, let's jump straight into the discussion. Firstly, let's come back to land costs. After URA has evaluated all the bids, they decided to award this land to the highest bidder, presume that this is a fair market value. So, what kind of signal is this sending to the market? Well, the answer is very clear. This means land cost in Tanjong Katong has declined by 22% in just 20 months. Factoring in the various market conditions from interest rate, cautious market outlook, more attractive GLS down the road, and so on. Some of you here may say, Alan, this is not accurate because of the harmonization of floor area definition announced by URA on September 2022. Okay lah. Because of this policy, let us deduct 5%. Then, there will be some that say, hey Alan, next door, there is going to be a 9-story nursing home. Plus, the developer need to build a neighboring park next to it. Okay. Let us assume the nursing home will depress the value and the park will cost more to build. Let me further deduct another 5%. This means 22% minus 10% is equal to 12%. Fair enough? Here, can I safely say that land cost in the East has declined by 12% in the last 20 months? Going forward, most developers will start to take the cue and lower their bids by 10 to 20%. I wouldn't be surprised, some will even lowball just like any buyers on carousel. They will tikam and see if they can tilt or not. See if they can get a good buy. If they can get a good buy, that's good. Otherwise, they will move on to the next land bid. So, if developers buy low, will they sell lower? Well, that really depends. But I feel that in an area where there is a lot of competition, why kill the golden goose that lay the golden eggs? Developers should price to sell, clear inventory, take profit, and move on to the next project. Please let this buyer make some money in the resale market. They also take in a lot of risk of buying your product, so please treat them better. Back to Lian winning bid, based on a land cost of 1069 PSF PPR, the break-even cost is 1911 PSF. Based on a 15% profit margin, the developer can easily sell them for 2002 per square feet. But will Lian be selling at this price when next door Tembusu Grand is already trending at 2464 PSF and close to 58% sold to date? On the other hand, the Continuum is selling at an average of 2732 PSF and Grand Dunman at 2005 per square feet. This means Lian will laugh all the way with so much margin to play with. I feel that they can easily market them at 2003 per square feet with a 20% profit margin. But let's see how. It's still early day. They have 12 months to quickly submit plans, do up the show flat, and launch in the third quarter of next year, just after the 7th month. Coming back to existing launches, will buyer hold back their ammunition and wait for Lian project to be launched? I'm very sure some of them will. Will developers be doing a great Singapore sales? Will they drop prices? Most of the existing projects have just started sales. They still have a long 5 years to fully sold all the units. Hence, there is no rush for them to clear inventory, especially in the next 12 months, before Lian project hit the market. Let's see how things progress ahead. The market can be very dynamic going forward. Coming back to resale prices, how will this impact the resale market? I think the jury is not out yet. However, if the new launch is priced attractively, this will suck away demand from the resale market. And if demand falls, this means resale price will have to decline too. However, I think the impact of Sim Lian project is not very significant. It boils down more to market sentiment. Here, what if you are a property seller? Should you sell now? That depends on your situation. If you need to sell and buy, just proceed. If you hold on to a good property, you can still sell them at a decent valuation or with a premium. However, if you hold on to something that every other owner in your estate is also selling, then you will be wise to price to sell. On the other hand, what if you are a property buyer and have recently committed to a private property at high price? Again, no quick solution for you. You cannot sell them as there is a 3-year seller stamp duty. For those who regretted your purchase, let me tell you this. The property market is very strange in Singapore. The high price you pay today could be the low tomorrow. So please take comfort in it. As long you have holding power and can hold till TOP and have a secure job, you should be relatively safe. However, if you have committed to a not so good property at relatively high prices, this means your condo will appear in my future video. The top 10 unprofitable condominiums in the year 20XX. What about the en bloc market? Developers will be watching the next few land bids closely. If the next land bids all go down, do you think property developers will still buy from you at market value? Property developers will just 隔岸观火. This means standing across the coast and watching the fire burning. They will wait until you drop your prices before they enter. If you still stick to your reserve price, you can all kiss goodbye. For those looking at buying old en bloc properties, this may be a good time to enter when most projects will not be able to relaunch after a 2 years restriction period. As mentioned before, let's wait for a few more GLS sites. They are awarded and sold, and at what kind of prices before we can determine if land cost is really coming down. The site at Media Circle, which is near Buona Vista, Clementi Avenue 1, Pine Grove, Parcel B, and Lentor Central sites will be exciting to watch. Consumers will expect developers to sell cheaper with a lower land cost. Developers, on the other hand, have no interest in selling it low to you. But if the take-up rate is poor, they will have no choice but to lower their prices. It is always a question of who blink first. That's all. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe if I have value add to your property journey. See you soon.